One. Hello everyone, welcome to the City Crit. I'm Dungeon Master Harna, and joining me today are my usual rigmarole of players. Now, let's introduce ourselves, starting off with the person who is the most Jesus Christ on a bag that's loud. By the person who is
Jesus Christ. I think we're
the
all
most Jesus Christ.
let's go with that. Here was the most Jesus Christ, and we'll work our way down to the biggest Antichrist among us.
Fucking hell. That'll be Adam.
I own
think
a
Adam is-
cross. What the fuck? I own a monk robe.
Monks aren't religious. D&D's established this.
Again, gotta ask, is it the person or the character?
Okay, well, I've got a beard and I'm white, so let's go with that. Hashtag white Jesus.
He's back, baby.
I'm Rob.
He rose again. In Leeds.
In Leeds, of all
shit.
places. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus.
My,
The whole robe is pretty fucking hard to put on enough.
You're like a fucking cultist, mate.
it looks a lot like a cultist.
I
To be
mean,
fair,
what's
he's
the difference between monks and cultists, really?
Am I right?
Just the size of the group.
Monks
that they're
punch,
subscribed to.
cultists stab.
Good to know.
But
To
I
be fair, if I was ever assembling a cult, Adam is definitely going to be high on the list of like easy recruits. Be like, hey, Adam, come to a different country.
I
for
regularly
mysterious
have the
reason."
thought that, what if I joined a cult but just didn't fall for the cult bullshit? And it's like, I'm going to fall for the cult bullshit immediately.
Yeah.
To be fair, I work in the scouts. We're basically a sect, as is.
And I'm polyamorous. How about that for a cult? But yeah, it's very
That
culty.
nice.
It's pretty good. Yeah, so I'm Rob. I play Bodger, the halfling monk, who is about half my height in real life. And I seem to remember him saving everybody's life last time, which,
no.
you know, hashtag Jesus saves.
I believe that was the
Bodger
time
saves too.
before last time, actually.
No, I still remember it,
Okay.
I don't.
but Bodger
No.
saves.
I mean, none of us do. We were unconscious.
Yeah.
Should buy a t-shirt. Bodger saves lives.
We get piggy bank.
BSL.
Right, who's next?
I'm gonna say probably me because I am the one with the beard as well. Suppose. Hi, my name is Vilsort, and I play. Okay, Cameron's there. Hi, my name is Vilsort, and I play Bahagor, a fighter warlock, white dragonborn. Likes to drink milk. He likes
Drink
to
from
make
the
friends, and he's a good guy overall. Yes, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Yes.
Who's next?
Well, which one, George? Which
I don't think either of us are getting into heaven.
Feel free to go first.
Hi, I'm George. I play Malice Sevilla, the drow cleric, who is also definitely not getting into heaven with her current run of actions. Depending on the god, I guess. And yeah, I will pass it on to the Antichrist, I guess.
Woo. Hi, I'm Adam. I play Scratch, our lovely human druid who she would probably get into heaven. She's pretty nice. I would like to say that I think I'd at least get to purgatory personally, but we will see in the end, shan't we all? And last session, she walked all her way out of town just to realize that she can just deliver the items that she wants to.
Just a little bit
with
of
her
exercise, really.
As an owl. She got overexcited. It happens. Yeah, I'm gonna pass the word on to our lovely DM.
Yeah. Who wants to remind me what was kind of happening in the last time? What do you remember?
Sacrifice.
There was going to be a
Sacrifices.
sacrifice. We were kind of excited for it, and then it turned out it was kind of a shitty sacrifice, so we got less excited for it.
We were excited.
We were excited. Fine. Malice was excited. You know, a little
No
taste,
stabbing, just people being cold.
a little taste of home, and then it turns out that they're just like shit at sacrifices. So whatever, I guess. So Scratch
him
was
to
like,
fill in
what
all
if we
that.
save that sacrifice guy? Walked all the way into nothingness and then was like, wait, I could just carry it because I'm going to be in an owl, okay. And walk back. We bought a little map from those guys with the plan to get that one guy who we think is a murderer alone, confirm his murderiness, and maybe kill him, we don't know. We'll work it out when we get there.
Judy and executioner for that shifty fella.
Scratch was horribly ableist to a man with one hand.
Oh, for fuck's sake, not this shit again. She only suggested a way for him to fix his issues, a very normal and sane way, I may add.
I think that's about it. I have fucked my
Very
hand up
normal
tiling.
and
It looks
sane.
very odd now.
So, did they have the sacrifice already? I thought it was going
No, this evening. It's still like
It's
very
going to
early in the
happen.
day. It's about 8 a.m. at the moment. The sacrifice is due to happen around about 7 p.m. or so. It
You can't
happens
have an
at that time.
early morning sacrifice. That's not the move.
And they haven't picked the person yet, have they?
No, they get like
No,
picked out of a hat.
It's like a little lottery, you know.
Yeah.
It's lottery, yeah, exactly.
Did we tell the merchants that we are definitely not planning to ambush as we accompany them to a tower? That they can come along?
Yeah. They know the location of the tower.
Yeah, so they've not actually given you the location yet.
We're just gonna
Because that
all
was the
go
agreement.
together.
The agreement was either you could pay them up front for the information, then they would give you the map, but there's no guarantee that they hadn't sold that information already to someone else. Or if they accompanied you, you basically would get a percentage of like any loot found inside.
Also, Bahagor was heading to the house speak while the rest of us went for our hike.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I was going to speak to them about the sacrifices. Yeah.
Yeah. You recall that I believe your good ableist friend with one hand who runs Triglio told you that the speaker doesn't actually reside in the town hall, but actually takes the biggest room in the Luskan Arms for themselves. So that would be the place to go see Speaker Nerith Maxil Dinar.
Yep. Gonna open this map up. Yeah, I'm gonna go to see the speaker.
Okay, so while Bahagor's going out to see the speaker, what are the rest of you doing?
I mean, at first, returning from our hike we did for no reason.
No, there was a reason, you know. Scratch got to figure out more or less where is a safe zone for her to fly down and give the things to the poor guy.
Or gal.
Or gal, being.
We're not sexist in our sacrifices. Women can be sacrificed too.
Unless you're Bahagor that claims everyone is a man.
Bahagor does not see.
There's just a
gender.
guy walking out of town and Bahagor's like, I can't believe they're murdering that lady.
Someone explained to Bahagor that this race is called humans and that's a man, and he's like, so they're all just like it's shortened to mans. The same way you call like a dwarf and an elf. They're just, you know, in his head he's just like calling them by their race.
Checks out.
But yeah,
I'd probably accompany Bahagor because we tend to pair up.
A couple weeks ago, we were like literally getting into bed and I was like, I need you to answer something. And I was like, what? It's like, is Bahagor's love of milk like a deep character thing, or is Vil just unhinged?
Bit of both.
Like, I won't
What
ask
was
you
the
anything
answer?
else about the campaign, but that's keeping me up at night.
It just happened. Just all of a sudden, just decided like, you know what? He's not gonna drink beer. He's gonna drink milk.
He's a
Because lizards
milk
don't have
guy.
milk. Yeah, because lizards don't have milk. So
Lizards in
cool.
real life famously have beer. Of course.
Yeah, you don't give. You've never had a pet lizard before.
Sipping on a pint of Amstel. Yeah.
To be fair, if you go anywhere with geckos, you get warned to not leave like alcoholic drinks out because geckos will just like swarm it and then die really fast because they get drunk and like pass out.
Sounds like my kind of guys.
When he drinks milk.
what a way to go out, eh?
But
Now
yeah,
just imagine the reason is that Dragonborns just don't drink because they all swarm a pint of ale and drown it.
Just imagine them all like circling a single wall, like licking at it like the geckos do, just like meh, meh, meh. Bartender comes out with a broom, like, yeah, get out of here.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
Someone has to draw that. Yeah, sorry.
so yeah, you guys are split up. So Malice and Scratch, you guys head back to town, or what are you doing as you kind of come back in the town? Any plans in particular, or are you just gonna moosh about and wait for the day?
Scratch was looking at us. So, got anything you need to do? Well, it seems like we have some time just to hang around, so...
I mean, we're just waiting for the sacrifice, right? I mean...
More or less, so, if you want to grab a drink?
Sure, but I'm not entering a drinking contest with you.
No. Why?
Because I don't have that much money and I can't afford to lose any more.
I'd be more than happy to just play for the sport and, pay for your drinks.
Sure, but try not to get too bad. You do want to be able to fly straight as a...
I mean, last time I managed pretty well. I did head to the tavern. No.
Yeah. Do you want to head to the Luskan Arms where you're staying, or do you want to head to Three Flags Sailing, which is like, kind of like a more... I mean, they're all local taverns. They're small enough towns, but it's more like it's not got like rooms and stuff attached. It is solely just
Yeah,
a place
let's just
to
go
drink.
to the place for drinking.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go to a place for drink.
Yeah, you go to the tavern. You head around to Free Flag Sailing. You kind of see there's a good few fishermen kind of all in here. Most of them are either, some of them come back early, looks like, for their morning sail out, or maybe some have gonna head out for like a later shift. Not sure. The atmosphere is pretty subdued. As you like kind of see, there's like a plump, grey-haired woman behind the bar. And she kind of like, every now and again, you kind of see she comes out and like chats with some of the tables. And she seems quite well liked and kind of seems to be the only little bit of warmth in this space. But yeah, you guys just get some drinks or...
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of go up to the bar top. It's like this woman kind of looks up at you, like big bright eyes. And then, she's like probably late 60s, maybe? Like... give or take. Definitely seen her time here. And she goes like, well, what can Ma get for you two little ones, eh? Can't say I've been seeing any of you around before.
Oh, we moved from town to town. For a bit longer. 2 ales would be great.
2 ales, coming right up.
Ale good? Ale good for you?
Yep, she pours up 2 nice big frothy pints of ales and 2 little mugs, and after a 6 copper pieces are slid across the bar from yourselves, the pints are slid right back at you.
Scratch would pay for it. She doesn't have that much of a concept of money. She is like shiny coins that get her drinks and knickknacks.
Sure. If you guys are intending on spending the rest of your day here just waiting for the sacrifice, I would say that's definitely worth the opportunity to hear some rumors.
Yeah.
So if you would each like to roll me 1d10, and I will get you to re-roll if you've already heard this rumor.
We all bit of rumors.
Have you heard about the rumor?
And they were roommates.
The rumor.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates. Malice, are you rolling as well?
I got a 3.
A 3, eh?
20 doesn't want to load.
So I will ask this. Would you like rumors about maybe something in the settlements of 10 Times, or maybe something outside of it? Like in the deal itself.
Do we all each get to answer a question, or is it, or do we have to agree? Or do we have to pick one?
Basically, what I'll ever do is, if you want to go for the other one, I will. If you want to go for something further afield, I'll need a secondary D10 roll to determine what that is, because there is a longer list. If you want something in the 10 times, there's obviously fewer things still left to do, because they are kind of the general little quests, like you can kind of be picking up town to town, basically. So you already have, I think you have maybe heard most of these, but I can even just give you a little crash reminder of all the ones that are still outstanding. If you do the local ones, I think that's probably fair enough.
Scratch would probably be looking for something on the outside of the 10
Sure.
of 10 towns.
Roll a second d10 then, Scratch. And Malice, what did you roll? Or are you rolling in or out?
3, and I'll roll out as well. I'll
Cool,
see
then
what
roll me a
the
second
wider
one.
world has.
Okay, Scratch, you get chatting to one of the fishermen, and they kind of like remark to you, oh, you know, I don't know, whenever we were out about, it would have been a week ago now, I'd say. Did you see that weird comet that fell out of the sky? It went down in the mountains of south of 10 towns, not too far away. Since then, they say that some folk have been receiving some kind of weird mental messages in a language they can't quite make out. I think that there comet must have something to do with that. I bet you can find it easy enough, even in this weather.
And so, what again did you say that it fell?
Oh, just to the mountains to the south, almost straight south of here, to be honest. Maybe closer to Bryn Shander. Went down just off the east of the 10 trail, I'd say.
Would Scratch know, after managing to triangulate the source of the whispers coming from the gem that she has attuned, if that would be in a similar position? Because I'm not sure where it is on the map.
It would definitely seem similar. I'll put you on the main world map now if that helps. You can kind of see, kind of collaborates information, and it'll just get your location more accurate. I'll tell you right now that where that diamond is, that is the place to go. That is definitely the right location.
Cool. Great. Thank you.
No worries, mate.
Interesting. Malice, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the way he described it, it's like probably where the weird sounds in my head are coming, or like when she pulls out the gem. Like when I wear this, like I hear strange whispers in my head. It's like annoying and all, but they get stronger and weaker depending on where I am. And so I managed to like figure out where it probably is by walking around as we did, doing our things. And it sounds like it's gonna be somewhere there that the guy described. So maybe the comet is the source of this.
Well,
So we should head there at some point.
apparently you're not the only one hearing voices, so maybe we should try and get there before anyone else starts following them.
Maybe.
Okay. Is there? What did you roll, Malice?
1.
A 1. Do you roll me 2 d10s or just 1 d10?
2. I rolled a 3 and then a 1.
Do you guys really know about this one? You already know about that one, so I'll give you that one instead. One of them, the fisherman's like, you know, do you give much merit to this whole Frostmaiden thing?
Well, I only found out the Frostmaiden existed about a week ago, so I'm not sure yet.
No, I think she's definitely probably more tangible than most deity folk, whatever they are. But, if we're right in saying, apparently she lives on a misty isle hidden among the bergs in the sea of moving ice just north of here. There's a mighty strange whale with a boat on its back that swims in those frigid waters. I bet that thick and whale would know where that island was. You can catch the whale at Anchahook's Bell, an old anchorage, but you must ring the bell hanging by the pier to call it. And I will mark Anchahook's Bell.
This guy's fucking crazy. He's talking about magic whales.
Would Scratch have heard about this, like some this, like in some like folklore?
History check.
She has been. I'll use guidance. Oh, thank you, D&D Beyond, for crashing my beloved app. History. That would be. Should I add a D4 or is that enough?
Add a D4, see how high you can get it. Or the higher the number, the more info.
23.
Cool. Anchahook is the name of a legendary sperm whale. If rumors be believed, Anchahook has been swimming the sea of moving ice for around about 200 years, which is odd because sperm whales typically live to about 70 on average. People who have met her claim that she speaks, communicates, talks with intelligence like that of a person, not like that of an animal. And she has been known to give 10 Tarners a little lift. They know that it is below 10 Tarners enough to know that the whale has received a lot of magic. However, there's been a few stories of hunters who seek the valuable ambergris and have hunted her down before. The whale, however, survives, and the hunters, typically, not so much. Likely drowned or long forgotten. So definitely worth their little bit of salt. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's not that crazy. I think he speaks of Anju. And she would relay this information to Malta. Well, I would be more than happy to stop by. It would be a great opportunity and honor to speak with a being such as that. And maybe I could learn how to turn into a whale from her. Which could be interesting.
Not massively useful on land.
Well, no, but it can replace a boat in a pinch.
Sure.
Or if you want to, move away from everybody for a few decades and live in the water.
Okay. So with all that information gathered, is there anything else in particular you guys would like to up to? Are you happy just to mooch around while the other two go off and speak to the Seeker? Lovely. Mooch you do.
Though Villa seems to be on call, which could take a bit.
I'm sure that we can have some interesting chaos on the way there, regardless. So, Bahagor and Bodger both end up traveling back to the Luskan Arms, which is where you kind of bedded down for the night before, and are kind of getting a bit more familiar with Targos. You've actually spent probably most of the time here compared to the other ones. You kind of know, I think I've described it before, Luskan Arms is old. It's an old, dwindling inn. However, it does reflect very Luskan kind of style. It's definitely designed to look like an inn that might be found in the very city of Seals itself. Sturdy walls, rotten floorboards, drafts kind of billowing up through, and there are plenty of rats you can hear scurrying along through the walls. The man behind the bar, Owen, quiet, balding man, very, very just miserable to talk to, not worth much conversation at all, not a very good barman at all. However, does just kind of owns the place. Compared to Three Flags Sailing, which has a little bit of people, the Luskan Arms generally is quite quiet, probably due to his very opposite nature to perhaps that of Ma, who runs Three Flags. You come in, ask Owen about probably the town speaker, and he's like, "Oh well, I could probably go see if he'd be happy to speak to you if you like, or you could always just go knock on the door yourself and try. Not that it matters."
Probably try that then.
All right.
Go up and knock.
He's on the 3rd floor. Only door. Can't miss it.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Hey, Bahagor. How about, if we're not sure if he's in or not, I'll find a way up to the roof and jump off and have a look in his window on the way down.
Oh, that sounds like a good plan, actually.
I know, right?
Okay. All right. Do you need any help with that?
How about we knock on his door first before I start flinging myself off buildings? And have that as a plan B. I just thought I'd mention it, just in case.
Just in case.
It's always nice to have a backup, because no plan survives first contact with the enemy. So, not that he's an enemy, but you know what I mean.
Well, let's hope it don't end up with your back cracks if your backup plan. Right, let's go. Let's go and knock on his door. What's the name of the speaker again? Sorry.
Nearth Maxildanar.
No.
Mr. Speaker.
I'm just gonna call him Speaker.
Mr. Speaker. I'm going to let you do the talking. If you need me for anything, you just, give me a little tap on my shoulder. You might have to lean down a bit. But you're good with people. I'll just jump in if I think you need out. All right?
It's fine. I'm a very friendly guy. Who doesn't like me? Come on. I'll make friends with everyone.
Rhetorical question. Okay. All right. Yeah. No. You go ahead, my guy.
All right.
I'll reach up and give you a little pat on the back of the thigh. And yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit of encouragement from me to you. Don't know why I did that.
All right. I'm gonna go and knock on his Ben's door.
Okay. You head up all the way to the top floor and give a few knocks. There's a momentary pause before you eventually hear someone moving inside the room and the door unlocking. And then standing in front of you, you see a charming enough looking man. He has kind of like this tiefling man. He wears plate mail, kind of long black hair, kind of falling down his side. He looks at you and goes like, "Can I help you?"
Yes. My name is Bahakor. I'm looking for the town speaker.
One moment. Turns over his shoulder. Nath, are you expecting anyone? I can't say that I was, no. I looks back. Halfling and a Dragonborn? Dragonborn looks like he can probably handle himself. Halfling too, to be honest. Let them in.
We're not here to cause any trouble. Just here to have a little chat about something. That's all. And then we're gonna go on our way.
Don't worry about that, Fred. If you were here to cause trouble, I am the captain of the Targos Guard, so I would certainly nip that in the bud right quick. Please, come in.
Loved himself. Okay. Okay, thank you.
You kind of come in the room. There's a nice fire burning in a stove, which obviously chimney rises up and out. Lots of windows in this space, like from all sides, because it's the only real room up here. It kind of almost like an attic room. It kind of dominates all the windows and the frontage and the sides as much as possible. So it kind of has windows on 3 angles as well. They kind of look out all across Targos from here. In fact, some of the view, the biggest view is definitely overlooking the actual little bay itself, which is all frozen over, and you can see just the darkness out there, the clear skies, no snow falling and like that, but you can just see that cold, bitter landscape before you. As you kind of step in, you see sat probably standing to this point, standing next to a small little cage. There are 2 the 2 small snakes in the cage, and you see that the man with his back to is currently feeding them a mouse, one from each hand. What's your passive perceptions?
Oh, mine's very bad.
16 for me.
Okay,
mine is 12.
I would say Bodger would probably be aware that these mice are probably still alive. They're moving a little bit too much. Bahagor, the fact he's kind of moving his arms a little bit as well. Maybe they're just swinging by the tail toward the tail. But the snakes very quickly rise up and snap and take the one of my siege and then wriggle back down again. And you see kind of flicking off their sides these snakes with these big almost difficult to see, but you saw them when they leaped up. They lapping out from their slender body. They have wings attached to them. These are flying snakes. One green, like a lime green, and one scarlet red. He kind of closes the lid of the cage, puts a little small lock on it, and then turns to face you. You kind of see this quite charming man. He has short hair, short black hair, kind of slicked back into a nice kind of quiff. He has a chin strap beard, a little quizzical impression on his face. He gives you a charming little smile.
Fly snakes, you say, eh? Can I do a check on that? What's the meaning of
a nature check, or what are you thinking?
If by looking at the snake, something will come to my mind. I don't want to meta game here, but for the previous campaign, flying snakes.
If you're thinking about perhaps a connection to the Zen term, that would probably be a history check rather than a nature check.
Yeah, history check, yes. 5. Poof, fly snakes.
Yep.
Those snakes got wings, boy.
With Bodger's history and the type of people that he used to deal with the seas, would he potentially know of this?
I would let Bodge make it with
Which one?
advantage if he also make the same check.
Thank you. 15.
15. Flying snakes are, they can be found in the wider world. They are typically used by a group known as the Zentrum to send messages and things of that nature. However, they are also, just kept as pets and things the same way any reptile might be. It could just be a coincidence, or maybe not. This individual doesn't have any obvious symbols or emblems tying them to any kind of faction, apart from that of Targos.
Looking at the cage in which they're kept, does this cage look like it could potentially keep a lot more? Like he's, kept a few carrier pigeons,
It's not that big. You could probably fit one more, and then you'd be like, that's probably animal cruelty at that point. Like any more than that wouldn't be.
But 2 in that kind of cage wouldn't be inappropriate.
It may be a little bit too spacious for just 2. I'd say probably average about. So you might have one more knocking around. Maybe he has it out, or maybe it's died, or whatever. Or maybe just that was the only cage he get his hands on. It is the frozen north, after all.
Would I know what sort of colours that flying snakes would come in?
They come in all sorts of colours. If you imagine snakes, all the colours snakes come in. Colours like that: corn snakes, pythons, all that different patterning. It's appropriate. The only differentiation between them and their lesser brothers are that they have wings and they can fly, and it is normally a surprise to people who quite literally the snake in the grass that you quickly back away from suddenly flies and bites someone in the neck or face, as opposed to a snake that might just nip someone on the ankle.
Cool. Yeah, he'll keep that to himself though for now.
He kind of turns around, gives you a little smile. Gentlemen, what is it that I can help you with today?
Oh, hello there, friend. My name is Balgor. This is Bodger. Just a couple of adventures here in your town, and I just want to find someone that could give some insight about these rituals that happen in Tent House, more specifically here in Targos. And then I've been told that the speaker would be the most appropriate person to speak to about this. Would that be you, I assume?
Yes, I am Speaker Neath Maxillan. You may call me Speaker. You may call me by my surname if you so wish, Maxillan. I hold no title above that of Speaker here. I'm no lord or anyone of real import. I'm simply the person whom Targos has decided that they trust me the most.
Oh, very well, very well.
Could I just do sorry to jump in. Could I do an insight check on that to see if he is genuinely being humble with this, or if he's actually feeling like he is loading up a bit with this title?
Yeah, make an insight check.
I can do one as well. Fuck it.
I feel like that's more of a vibe check than anything. Is this guy a dick?
Can I have a vibe check?
Bahagor, he seems pretty just smooth talking, genuine kind of guy, nothing super behind it. Bodger with 23.
Is he a human? Or
he's a human, yeah, he's a human. The guard, the head of the town guard is a tiefling, but Neath is a human. Bodger with the 23, he's definitely got that that wily, ambitious nature of someone who's yes, I am speaker right now, but give me a few years and let's see what happens. Someone who's not content. You can tell even by how he holds himself, how he talks with the title, that just being a speaker maybe isn't enough for him.
Cool, thank you.
Cool. And then I go to him and was like, oh well, so all I wanted to know exactly, first of all, is what's the real meaning between these sacrifices in your town?
Well, to be honest, several, actually most of the larger settlements do it. We, Brynshanda, East Haven, I believe also, all partake in these sacrifices of this type. Other settlements, Lonelywood, that sort of nature. Lonelywood normally offers up firewood because they have a lot of logs. Places, like Bremen offer up food because they have a lot of fish. Things like that nature. We, being the largest settlements, have a lot of people. And people, to be perfectly honest, need firewood and need food. The less of them, the more for everybody else. Also, it does seem to appease the Frostmaiden for some time. It was not my idea. In fact, the locals pushed for it. I'm not actually from Icewind Dale, if anyone truly is.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's all
Sorry.
good. I'm actually from Icewind Dale, if anyone truly is. I am actually from Luskan. Scathir, I think, was born here. Is that right? It is indeed. I was just born here. It is fine. I've lived in Targos my whole life. I wouldn't change that for the world. But no, Death is correct. We do take in this human sacrifice for the Frostmaiden. It seems to be working so far. Look at today. A beautiful day so far. No snow or anything. Maybe she's happy in anticipation of what is about to happen.
But what about like the places that don't do the sacrifices? Do they have worse weather or something?
Well, every town offers a sacrifice.
Oh,
whether it be firewood, food, or people.
And how is someone? Because I don't think Margot heard. Maybe he has he? I think he has heard, but he just wants to hear from the speaker. How are these people selected to be, to be sacrificed, and how is the sacrifice performed? Because we told you just get stripped naked and walk down into nothingness, and the nature will take care of it. Is that how it's done?
Yes, we will. We are the least barbaric, I will say, of the other towns. I know that Bryn Shander.
Boring.
Bryn Shander will no doubt at the same time. We all do it on the same day, the day of the full moon. Bryn Shander will likely. I would compare as the most barbaric. They chain their victim, their sacrifice, to a post outside of town, stripped bare, and then simply left to perish out there. We send them out in the tundra, although yes, stripped bare, but we do at least give them a fighting chance. In that sense, if they were truly blessed, then they would find some way to survive, perhaps.
I see. And all of this is done by a lottery process, right? So it's a random selection.
Random selection. Everyone's name is put into a tumbler. We churn it around, and we pull out a name, and that person is.
Okay, so I'm assuming it's just people that live here in Targos that'll be put a name into this box.
Yes, it is residents of Targos. If you are not a permanent resident, then you would not be expected. I would imagine, however, if you were here for longer than if you managed to stay in Targos long enough to witness 2, it is likely that your name would probably end up in the lottery bag.
And it's okay. So this is not something you have to do willingly. Everyone just
even my name is in there.
Okay. Now, is there in your town? Is there some kind of counterpart cults that probably do something similar, but in a more secretive way, more maybe in the underground, a little bit more brutal, that people, most people know aware of. Would you have any kind of knowledge, any other cults or anything like that?
What are you putting down?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason I'm asking these questions is because, like I explained to my friend over here, I've been drawn to this town, and I've been having a lot of strange. I'm not gonna say dreams. I'm gonna say more nightmares, and it's always the same. I always have visions of this town, like vivid images of this town, and I have never been in here previously. And but the worst one I've been having is the worst common I have is I'm in a town and I can hear women screaming. I can see people robed coming to my room, dragging by force, drag, I'm assuming to be my partner in my dream or nightmare, however you call it, and then that person gets killed. Or assuming gets killed, because all you hear is screams next door. And everything happens pretty violently. And it's just strange. Like I said, I've never been in this town, but I keep having these nightmares about this brutal thing, which I can assume could be something to do with the sacrifice. But I don't know if that means anything to you, or maybe something comes to mind.
There. You speak a. You speak fairly true to an extent. Something similar did happen. We had a. We had someone whose name was pulled from the. Pulled for our sacrifice. However, we although we do wait until the moon is at its highest before we send them out, I believe he went back to his home to speak to his wife or say goodbye, whatever it may be, get his affairs in order. And then they never came back. We thought initially they'd run away. However, upon investigating, Scarf, you're the one who actually checked it out. Yeah. The looks like the old bastard came in and decided he didn't want to fucking go to this world alone and butchered the fuck out of his poor woman, and then scarpered off in the night, nowhere to be seen. Oh, so it's been about a month ago, maybe a bit longer.
Terrible. Would it be possible to maybe visit this place? I know it's a little bit morbid, but I don't know. I just want to know if it's possible maybe to go and have a look at the place where this happened.
I mean, yeah, no harm. As long as it was bought, to be honest, mate, I don't even think I was even clean that place. I could take you.
Right, and do you know anyone that could have done this? Is there any suspects?
There were, and probably still are, that strange span of murders taking place. I don't know if you follow them.
Yes.
With the ice weapons. The theory is that perhaps whoever's behind those is upset about people trying to rig lotteries or bribe their way out of names, things of that nature.
I see. Okay. And where is the house of this victim, of this person?
He was called Gorash. It's located actually on one of the most northern houses in the town, just over by the way up past the town hall, full around, not quite on the coast, but near the wall.
Garage, you say, eh?
Yeah, it's all boarded up now, but no one's gonna be batting either at you snapping a few boards to get in.
Okay. All right, I think I'll go and have a quick look, and then, I don't know, maybe I can put the things together. I just find it strange that I have the memory, like a vivid memory of something that never happened to me, and now you're saying this, and it's strange, very, very strange for me. And he's saying the woman got butchered, and what happened to the men?
Couldn't find him.
Never found him.
Looks like we used to assume he ran away, to be honest. And on a night as fucking cold and bitter as that, I wouldn't be surprised if he fucking just croaked it on the road. I hope he got what's coming to him, the bastard.
Yes, I see. Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Speaker, this was much helpful. Thank you so much for your assistance, and I suppose I'll see you tonight at the sacrifice.
Indeed. Let's hope that our names aren't pulled, otherwise it will be the last night.
Let's hope not, my friend. Let's hope not.
Wait, quick question. Who puts all the names in the thing?
Well, we have a census of the town, and we have added all the names of the census in there. They're currently still in there. And then Scarth does the draw. Myself on standby to assist with any need of pronunciation or recognizing. I know most people who live here, so I can normally put a face to a name.
And what about if someone's like visiting family in like the next town over, and their name got called.
When we would simply postpone the sacrifice until they returned.
Oh, all right, interesting.
If we suspected
Thanks.
that wouldn't be the case, we would just draw again, and eventually someone will be in town.
Fair enough. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye, snakes. Wow.
They are
looked at
that.
I looked at boys like, well, that's very strange, Roger. Very strange. It's very, very, very
Which-
sad of what happened as well.
Which, let's walk and talk. And sort of, this is probably like as we're heading out. Like, what in particular struck you as very strange in that?
Because everything, the way he described, is everything I see in my nightmares. But I have never been in there. I've never been in this town.
Yeah.
But it's just, I'm shocked. I've witnessed something that I wasn't even part of. It's very strange.
Maybe not in this life.
Maybe. Who knows? And it is said it happened a month ago, but a month ago was... Where was I a month ago? Strange.
Wait,
Got a bit of
where were you a month ago?
Well, the last memory I have was with my last contract. I was protecting this mansion, but then he got jumped by a group of bandits. It's too many of them. I got knocked out. The mansion died, and I was just wandering the woods, and that's when I found you. And
And how long ago
I'm
did that
pretty sure that
happen?
was over a month ago.
So there's just like a big bit of your life that you don't remember.
Yeah, and it's just got very strange. I never thought of that way, to be fair. I've always been in 10,000 as far as I remember. Here and there, everywhere. Sometimes drink a little bit too much, pass out, but I don't know. Anyway, do you want to come with me to this house and then see if you can find something in there?
I'm up for a wander. I'm just kind of killing time until the sacrifice, to be honest.
Fair enough. Well, let's have a quick look around and then let's see what we can find there. Maybe we can, I don't know. Let's see.
Right then, lead the way.
Go, and I'll lead the way to this place.
Yep, you follow the directions. You head all the way up to the north side of town, the northernmost house by the wall, and you find a boarded-up, single-story little house. Probably no more than a couple of rooms in there.
Cool. Go in and have a quick peek through the window.
You look through the window. Everything there is just, like caked in dust. It's dark in there. With your dark vision, looking in a random window, you probably see it's a small little kitchen, there's a little stove. There are still dishes on the side that are dirty and no doubt moldy at this point. And you see there is a real mess in there. Like everything. It looks like the house has been flipped, like upended. Everything's all on the floor. Like. Probably, you would say beyond simply just a simple little fight. It looks like people have probably scavenged or raided this place already.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit of a mess in there, but it looks like no one's been in there for a while. All right, let's go in, I suppose. And then I'll go to the door. I'll try to rip maybe it's my axe or something. Just pop it open. Or crowbar, whatever.
Yeah,
Just get the boards off.
A big wrenching crack as the board snaps, and you open the door. The first room is a small little living space. There is a wooden chairs at a table pushed into one corner. There are space for two people. It looks like only just two chairs at the table. There's a small sofa little area with a small little table as well, a little coffee style table. There were once books in a bookshelf, but the bookshelf now lies barren and empty. In fact, some of the book shelves themselves look like they've been taken away and been broken up for firewood. Hard to tell, but yeah, anything that might be of use probably has been just slowly being acquired by someone, maybe just kind of coming and going as they need. Definitely apparent this place has been empty for a while. From this room, there are two doors, one that leads directly into that kitchen that you saw, and another that leads towards a bedroom. However, what dominates this room is the black staining on the boards and the floor and up the walls, which has the unmistakable spatterage of arterial spray.
Arterial spray, what's that?
It's what happens when you
blood.
split someone's throat. The artery, like,
Okay.
spurts the
Artery
blood.
spray, okay.
Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah.
see.
Yeah,
Like
it's a bit
artery
too
spray,
white
okay,
wall,
good.
arterial.
So was it ethereal for a second? Ethereal. Anyway,
Arterial.
I'll look at this like,
Hey mate,
Uh,
that's blood there.
oh, yeah, I can see that. That's
1 second. I'm gonna get a silver piece out of
Mhm.
my phone purse.
Yep.
And I'm gonna cast darkness on it, knowing that Bahagor can see through this absolutely fine.
Cool.
Just in case, like, I know it feels empty, but just in case somebody interrupts us midway,
I see.
all they'll see is a big blob of darkness. I know you can't see shit, but I mean you can, but you can't see that you can't see. But it's fine. Anyway, carry on. I got this. Don't worry. I'll
Cool.
just stick.
Thank you. I probably just kind of kneel down where the splatter of bloods are and stuff. Kind of have a little look around.
Sure. Do you want to try to piece together like what happened here,
Yeah,
or
yeah, exactly. Like, first of all, does this place seems familiar to me? When I supposed to step in, do I have any remember anything, or do I feel anything when I'm walking this place?
I mean, like, there's definitely that like sense of maybe, you know, as you kind of explore deeper into the house, maybe you go into the kitchen next. It's little things where, like, you know, how you just know that, like, as you open a cupboard looking for a pot, that there's a pot in there and things like that.
Mhm.
It's like the muscle memory almost is there,
Yeah.
rather than like a direct memory of this place.
Does it feel like you've been there before, but you haven't been there before?
Yeah, 100%. It's like when you're in a foreign country, you've never been here before, but you just get that weird sense of deja vu, but like it's impossible. Like you've never, like, it can't be possible. You know, one like the logic just doesn't line up.
I think what Argo would do is you probably go check out the bedroom, because that's
Okay.
where his nightmares always take places.
Yeah.
Takes place. So he's probably gonna go check out the bedroom first.
You go into the bedroom, different from your nightmares. I mean, as you think of your dreams more, this definitely bears resemblance to those dreams. Maybe that's where you're getting the deja vu. I mean, then again, it's quite a generic house. Like, this is quite standard of a house this size. It's kind of like when you go to view a flat, like they can only do so much to make it different from the last one. So, you know, most efficient for, you know, this kind of size of house would easily do a small family of 4, maybe, like max capacity. So it's probably one of the most common, because it can also, you know, it also is almost the bare minimum for like 1 or 2 something to survive and live. You know, a bedroom, a kitchen, a small living space, slightly bigger than maybe something that one person alone would need.
Okay.
The
What
bed,
Margaret do is gonna
you kind of see the familiar location of it. There's no blanket or anything or pillows. They've probably all been taken. But what stops you, Bahagor, dead in your tracks, is a small, like probably about waist high, thing in the corner, and it's still actually got like a bed sheet draped over it, and you don't think you've ever seen that in your dreams. That looks weird. That something about that
so it's
looks out of place.
It's like something has
Yeah.
something's covered.
It
on
looks
top.
almost like a table. Maybe it's a bit too tall. Maybe a bit too narrow.
Oh, okay. I kind of goes. Oh, that's strange. I kind of approach it slowly. With my hand, just kind of just lift the cover slowly.
Lift it up. You see, it's a wooden structure. It has little small, like a rocking chair base at first, and then you see bars across it, and it becomes very obvious to you that this is a crib.
Oh, Okay. Okay. And it's like, is any sort of blood in there? Is anything in there, like in the crib?
Looks as unused as a crib could look.
Oh, shit.
Baby crib never used.
Does Balrog feels anything when he finds this crib? Does anything comes to mind to him?
Nothing in your conscious thoughts.
Okay. Oh wow, look at this. Compared to the rest of the house, this is new. Hasn't been used. It hasn't been touched compared to everything else. There's not a single drop of dust in this.
Weird.
Maybe they had the couple had a kid, or maybe they
look like it.
They didn't
Cer-
even had time to have the kid.
Certainly, not one that slept here.
Exactly. Okay. Well, or just see if we can maybe find something around, maybe photographs or diaries or letters, anything. Just help look around, please, if you don't mind. And then I start looking around the place. See if we can find a diary or
Sure.
photograph. Or,
If you wanna look,
any paperwork.
sure. That would probably just be an investigation check to search around, or maybe even perception check if you're just looking for like something specific as that.
Well, they're both the same. Perception and-
I would probably be, because I'm more comfortable being perceptive, kind of look for anything that might warrant further investigation
Sure.
by Bahago. Nope.
Oh, the perception. Boom. 18. Hey.
Nice.
Roger, you can like look around. You check the usual suspects. You know, bedside cabinet and like that. The problem is, any paintings, anything like that in this place, any canvas, that's good kindling. You know, like that's the thing. Even in the kitchen, the pantry, all the long life stuff, spices, things like that. There's like one or two maybe empty jars left, but everything's been picked clean. Like scavengers have literally gone through this place. Looks like whatever happened here was probably the end of a family, the end of a generation, maybe, who knows, but definitely the end of something. Bahagor, it's just instinct. As you're walking out of the bedroom, a floorboard creaks. You reach down, lift it up. It's not nailed. It comes right off the floor. Maybe it's just an old house, but underneath it, there's a little small book. Probably no bigger than A5. Leather bound.
What is this?
Pick it up.
Open the book.
Open it up.
Yeah.
The handwriting looks very familiar. In fact, it almost looks like yours. Which is weird, because you don't really have much opportunity to have a pen or paper or anything of that sort. But you definitely recognize that, you know, whenever you have taken a quill to parchment, that it does resemble this kind of like chicken scratch.
Okay, and then I start reading this little notebook. Maybe not all of it, just go through it quickly to see what's the notebook about.
It's not a diary. It's a business ledger.
Ah.
This person...
It's a massive milk shipment every fucking day.
This
We need more.
this person who wrote this apparently had not just one, but 4 fishing vessels that operated out of Targos.
Wow. Well, Bodger, look at this. Look at this.
What you got?
To Bodger. I don't say anything about my handwriting. I just showed to him. I was like, look, whoever this person was, he could have had a bit of coin in his purse. Looks like
He's got ships.
not just one, but 4 of them.
Yep, the names are the Frostwake, Oriel's Mercy, the Silverfin, and the North Wind's Bounty.
Wow. Some pretty cool names there.
So, do you think maybe whoever done this to this poor soul, maybe it was after his gold, his coin, or his business, or maybe rival, or
Maybe. It does seem a bit of a cutthroat place sometimes, but also it's weird that this has happened and nobody's like followed up and cleaned up, you know? It's a perfectly reasonable house. You'd expect that even if there was like a grievous crime, that somebody's been, you know, done in for their money, that something had happened with whatever's left over. Like, all the stuff's been nicked that can be burnt and stuff, but I don't know. It all seems a bit weird.
is there like a piece of chalk or maybe coal or something you can probably write with?
Yeah, there's probably like a lump of charcoal, like in a small fireplace in the main living area.
Okay, I'm gonna go as like, now, Budger, look at this. Hold this for a second, and then I give the ledger to Bud to hold it.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna be some charcoal or whatever. And then I start writing, like maybe like on the floorboard, can I clean a little bit up? I start writing. Maybe a name of one of the ships.
Yep. Vulture, Bahagor must be the best forger you've ever seen. To barely study the paper and just start scratching something down as immaculate as that, like, it's not too short of something like a magician or an illusionist would do.
Bahagor.
Budger.
Your handwriting's pretty similar to this. So you've picked this up pretty quickly, right?
I don't think it's similar. I think it's identical.
Oh, all right. I thought you were going to say no, it's totally different, and I'm like, what the fuck? All them lessons learning how to read for nothing. But no, you're right. It's basically the same. Wait, have you got 4 ships then?
I don't know what to think. I mean, I've got more questions than
I
answers
like
now.
that Bodger went to have you got 4 ships before did you murder your wife?
I don't know what you're expecting from Bodger other than eyes on the prize. Like,
The wife's dead,
It's like,
fuck her.
listen, family come and go for whatever reason, but you know, the material things. that
You were gonna say
own,
ships
you-
are
you can
forever,
hold
which is bold from a man who was in a shipwreck.
material goods can stick around
I mean,
for as long as you want to
Bodger,
hoard them. All right, yeah. What?
I think I don't know what to say, mate, because I think I've got more questions than answers now. I mean, it clearly. I mean, if someone gave me this diary, they would say I wrote this, but I have
Yarp.
no memory of anything about this diary or even about ships. I mean, do you think the ships are still around in Targus? I mean, the lake's pretty frozen. Maybe
Well,
they
put it this way: if they were here when the lake froze, they're probably going to still be here. And if they're not here, then that means that they weren't here even before the lake froze, which means that this is a lot longer before all this shit started happening. So I suppose it's probably best if we go have a look, see if we can see any of these names anywhere, and
then also
try to figure out a timeline.
exactly.
maybe?
And then also possibly, yeah. I mean, also even the speaker said whoever killed these people could possibly be this person killing people around with ice weapons, which is the same person we're tracking now. So maybe if we manage to speak to this guy, maybe you'll be able to get some answers.
Did I, when I was in the kitchen, were the metal surfaces kind of tarnished, Hannah, or were some of them kind of good enough to get a bit of a reflection off?
You probably could have like at least 1 or 2 like little things. There was a kitchen knife embedded into the wall by about 2 inches near the door, which is probably the least dusty thing, which you probably could have got a reflection from. Yeah.
Cool. He's gonna go grab that knife. Like, so what you're saying is we want to find someone who's got a close connection to this property and the family that were there and uses ice weapons. I think you might be able to see him in this knife, mate. If you get real close, just tilt it just right. Who the fuck else is going to be murdering people with ice weapons? When it was just ice weapons, right? I thought, you know what? Maybe he ain't the only one. He's got to have learned it from someone. And then, you know, we're in a place where you're like, oh no, look at this. I was here. It's a bit fishy, mate.
I don't know. I mean, what if that's true? I mean,
Mate, I don't give a fuck. Just, you know, whatever you can sell those ships for, now or later, just give me a cut. I'm not going to tell no one. Right? The point is, I need you to be level. Budger's going to kind of climb up on some furniture, so he's like, I need you to be level with me and just tell me what you actually know. Because
Budger, I've said...
If, let me have my say, if people start asking questions and they ask me questions that point to you, I'm not going to not point to you if that's where the facts lead, because then that makes me look real fishy. You right? I already turned up under mysterious circumstances, right? I mean, it was a shipwreck, not that fucking mysterious, but to some people, seeing a ship on water would be pretty fucking mysterious, all this fucking ice around here, right? So, you need to tell me everything that might have happened in your days gone by, anything you're able to piece together from your little dream mares and whatever.
I mean, Budger, all I'm going to say is, I mean, even if I did this at some point, would I really bring you here and come back to the scene, come back to this and relieve all of this?
Oh, come on, mate. I've seen you do some pretty fucking stupid stuff, and I've only known you for like 10 days or something. I totally, but I mean, you might be an amnesiac or whatever, but like, you could still be a murderer just because you forgot it. It might be like incredibly traumatizing after the event and you've forgotten about it. But it might be that you're just, you know, piecing things together now, like I am.
Well,
You know,
I mean,
just-
I don't know. I don't recollect much what happened before I was stuck in the snow, to be honest, mate. I mean, all I remember is the bandits coming, knocking me out, my client dead. That's it, really. Since that moment, I don't really remember much. I've got some vague spaces, some vague memories of me traveling around 10 towns, but it doesn't really help me much, to be fair.
How long does your darkness last, Bodger?
10 minutes.
Probably around this point, the darkness spell.
10 minutes. Well, I mean, if I did murder these people or this person, if this person was my wife or not, I guess we'll find out at some point. If that's the case, then I don't know what to do, because this is not something I can see me doing it, to be fair, Bodger.
As you have spent enough time here, I would like both of you to make an investigation check, please. Bahagor, you make it at advantage.
The investigation nation.
Oh,
21.
fucking
Okay.
that's 20!
Looking around, Bodger, you in particular, a certain cliche does come to mind. The killer always returns to the scene of the crime. However, with your perceptive eyes and the time spent here and talking, you begin to piece together what might have happened that night. A month ago, here in the house of Garage. Looks like the door which you opened up, the reason why it was boarded shut, not simply locked with a key, is because the hinges and the actual locking mechanism have been damaged. Maybe by raiders. Maybe someone brute force entry. Looks like, potentially, someone came into this house by force. Based on the damage to the door, either a very strong person, a person with the right tools, or multiple people. working together. The spray of blood is interesting. You don't think that's actually where anything started. You think that's probably actually where everything ended. Working backwards from there, trying to piece together events, a knife pulled from the wall. Seems like after the door was bursted open, people probably rushed into the rooms either side, looking for whoever it was they were looking for. In a panic, a knife whirled and embedded itself into the wall so hard that someone who was either very, very good at throwing knives, or the adrenaline and panic of their life and moral danger had kicked in. The knife clearly did not find a mark, however, as it lies unbloodied now on the floor or the table wherever Bodger has set it down. It looks like the bedroom, the way the things been left in the state, someone probably was asleep at the time. They're like bundled up, like, you know, sheet at the bottom, which is too like thin to be used for a blanket or worth it to anyone. Even like the small shuffling of like maybe old bits of dirt and things like that suggests like someone walked barefoot, perhaps from the bed into the central space. You see that there's like a small spattering, a small pool of blood near the bedroom door frame, as if that person maybe was hit by something, or like some kind of like blunt object as they came out of it. Looks like at some point all these individuals, all 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, however many it was, the people who lived in this house, the people who did not, were all together in this main central space. You kind of see like the pool of blood like dripped slowly and steadily away from the small pool, suggesting whoever was impacted down did get back up again, but not straight away. You see a similar kind of pattern actually near the kitchen door. This small pool that does kind of like, you know, continue to move and writhe. Then the blood starts to get messy and it starts to get confusing. There's a heavy explosion and spattering kind of onto the back of the sofa and the floor near the kitchen door. Perhaps whoever was coming out of that was the one who was stabbed from some kind of like underneath or down from like a downward strike, causing blood to splatter downward. And then not even 3 steps from that point is where the arterial spray clearly starts. And Bodger, I would say, without a doubt, this is the unmistakable stance of someone who was on their knees, probably being pulled back by their hair as a blade went ear to ear. The cone of spatterage doesn't actually go to the kitchen wall. It goes towards the front door, towards the exit, and towards where this small third pool of blood kind of like pools once more. And then there's the drag marks. Looks like whoever left either did so dragging themselves by their own weight, or was actually dragging a dead weight behind them out of the front door and out over the porch into the snowy roads. After that, Icewind Dale, snow has fallen and all tracks are long, long lost to time.
Wow.
Shit just got real, mate. I'm pretty sure we knew what happened here. Yeah, the clues are there. Makes sense why nobody would want to move in here.
It's awful. It was
The only concrete thing we've got to go up, right, is those 4 ship names. So, why don't we have a wander, get out of here, you know? Have a little look by the water, the ice, whatever they call it, I don't know the nomenclature around here. And, get a bit of air to our heads, yeah?
fine. Maybe we can speak to the captain of the ships as well. Maybe they'll
Honestly,
Do
mate,
have something
I think if we find them, we're probably better off looking rather than talking straight
exactly.
away, because they might know more than they're letting on. Because if they knew they were your ships, they might not have, the ledgers and whatever else, but stuff like that could be copied. Let's figure it out. It might, slight chance, could lead somewhere to follow some more breadcrumbs about whatever it is that happened here. Maybe fill in some blanks for you.
That's true. That's true. Okay, let's go and see if we can find his sheep anywhere. Like I said, we'll take it from there.
All right.
I'll kill this diary for the time being. Take the diary. Put this on my.
Don,
I'll
you
put
have
in
the
my purse.
Ledger
I'll put-
of Garrosh.
I wouldn't put it in my bag. I'll just keep it on my person.
That's fine. Are you guys heading for the docks? Do you want to go link up with the rest of your party and share what you find? What's the plan?
I think go back to the party now.
Yeah, they probably let on they're going for a drink, so you probably head towards. Actually, Three Flag Sailing. What a perfect place to have a little look over the docks.
Exactly. I mean, what time is it now?
At this point, it's probably pushing 3 p.m. You got 4 hours until the draw, and then the actual. By the sounds of what the speaker told you, the draw takes place in the early evening, and then the actual sacrifice will be when the moon is at its highest, which you would assume to probably be midnight.
I think what we're gonna do is on the way to join them, we're gonna go through the Three Flag Sailing, see if we can spot the sheeps.
Yeah, on the way towards Three Flag Sailing, have a little look around, and make me a perception check.
10.
Are you looking as well, Bodger, or are you...
Yeah, sorry. Tab froze.
Bagor, you don't see any of those ships in particular. But then again, 3 p.m, it's not unreasonable to think they might just be, out on the water. Admittedly, Targos, if you're taking a ship on the water, you've got to drag it across who knows how many miles of ice to get to the water's edge. So any ships moored here are literally just set on top of the ice. They're not, floating. Bodger, you do spot one ship with a name you recognize. You see North Wind's Bounty. It is not on the water or the ice. Maybe that's why Bahar doesn't quite clock it. It's been pulled in and has been left propped up to the side of a building. It's a fishing vessel. It's, no bigger than a large rowboat. It doesn't need a big sail for a lake of this size. But it would have at one point probably been fitted out with all the gear, nets, all that jazz. But it seems to be, right now, definitely not a ship that's being dragged into the edge of the water's edge, at least not regularly enough to have it on the ice ready to go for the next day. Or right now.
He will probably... Yeah, he'll give Bodger a little nudge. Bahagor a little nudge.
You nudge yourself.
Actually.
You measure yourself.
So, what would you do, mate, if you saw one of those ships that might have been yours? Talk me through what you think might happen.
Honestly speaking, Bodger, I've got no idea. I mean, I don't think I haven't even been in one of those before.
Because there's one.
Where? Oh,
It's out.
wow. Maybe we can go have a quick look. I mean, how big is the ship? This ship, though.
It's like a large rowboat. It probably could hold about 6 people.
Okay, so it's not like a fucking massive fucking.
No,
it's not.
That's okay. Okay, I mean, we could just go over there, have a look. Let's see what we can find. I mean,
There you head over.
Then.
It's got like a tarp pulled up over the top of it to keep the rain and snow off it.
Oh, so it's like covered in this.
Yeah, it's like it's been dry docked. You can kind of see like what I'm kind of talking about down there-ish.
Okay.
Kind of that vibe where like this, they've been pulled right off the water, like, and they're just literally just sat on the shore. You lift up the fabric, the tarp, and have a look at it. Couple of oars in there. There's a small wooden sail that's like been folded down flat to allow it easily storage. There's even a couple of fishing nets still here, but there's nothing super helpful at first glance. You see the little tiller at the back for the rudder to help steer it.
Okay, I'll do a little bit of investigation, see if we can find something.
Sure, make an investigation check.
9. Oh,
Like have a little look around, dig through the net. Apart from maybe some broken off moldy fins of fish, there is nothing really standoutish here, unfortunately. Just an interesting part of the story.
but do you want to have a quick look? I can't find anything. Do you want to have a quick look, see if we can find anything in here?
Mate, if you can't find nothing, I don't really want to go poking around another person's shit.
Yeah.
Just, it's like a
As far as not, there's
bit of a
my
professional code.
my ship's done. Apparently.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Okay. All right. Maybe. Oh, we'll see. We'll see if we can spot level 3.
All right,
And
then.
then I'll step off this. Step off. I'll cover it back on.
Yep, cover back up and
Roger,
head down the
Roger.
free flag ceiling.
Roger would be just kind of keeping a lookout to make sure there's nothing,
Yeah.
nobody eyeing us up suspiciously.
Make a perception check.
Just good rolls for me.
Very good rolls. You see, trying his best to not be seen, the unmistakable plate-mailed tiefling, the commander of the guard. Following, maybe 4 or 5 blocks away, like just keeping a little eye, keeping a little watch. Very strange that someone would come digging around asking questions so specifically, but not have any idea what's going on. Definitely perked someone's interest.
I would quietly say to Bahagor, like, mate,
Yeah.
you just carry on looking around these next couple of years. I've spotted somebody who might be following us. I just want to go and have a little chat with him. I'm going to nip between these 2 buildings here. Just, keep out of sight. And then maybe sneak up round and behind. Maybe, watch the Watcher a bit.
I see. I see what you mean. Okay. All right. I'll
Yeah.
just carry on as normal minute now.
All right, see you later then, mate.
I'll see ya. See ya, mate. I'm just gonna go over here.
All right, take your time. I'll get an alien
No
for
worries.
you.
It's gonna.
Or-
Yeah.
or a milk.
See ya.
and Bodger is going to kind of basically do a bit of a long loop round, stealthily if necessary, but with a view to kind of just nipping behind. So not intercepting, but just kind of going behind just to see how closely the tiefling is watching / following us, or whether it's just part of his rounds.
Sure. Make a stealth check and then make a final perception check.
13.
Cool.
It's more like it.
Slip around, wait a few beats, slink back out, find the tail of this particular tiefling, and follow it as you do. Looks like definitely not following you, but definitely following after Bahagor. Bahagor, you going inside 3 flag ceiling?
Yes.
Cool. He goes inside. You notice that this particular individual does not follow him inside. He simply puts himself in a convenient place to watch the door. Probably a couple of doors down.
Oh, really? So he doesn't go inside, does he?
Doesn't follow you into the bar, no.
Okay. I'll pretend I didn't see him. I'll keep going to the bar, and then I'll order my good old pint of milk.
You go in, you see Malice and Scratch both sat at the table, and you see the voluptuous, grey-haired, plump woman who insists you call her Ma. And she's like, "Oh yeah, just a little milk for you. Oh, we can certainly do that, love. Don't you worry. I'll pop in the kitchen here and get some for you."
Scratch at the sound of somebody ordering milk. Again. It's like,
Could I have some milk, please?
I'm working on it.
I feel like Malice is facing away from the door, hears someone order milk, and is just like,
yeah. Well, I guess they.
Malice, Scratch, hello.
Hi. Hello, Bahagor. Get some milk. It's gonna. I'm sure it's great for your bones.
Yeah, we've me and Bodger went and spoke to the speaker. We've found out a few bits and bobs. We'll share with you in a few moments. I'm just gonna wait for Bodger to come. He just wanted some rents, do some things.
Course, yeah.
And he'll be back soon.
Roger, I assume that after seeing this other guy set up a watch, are you going to stay out there watching him, or are you going to finish your loop and then double back and make your way into the tavern?
Is he sat or is he stood?
He has probably just literally popped himself up, leaning against probably the post of someone's porch, kind of half looking out over the bay, every now and again, keeping anytime that door goes, definitely shoots a look in the direction, and then just kind of goes back, just keeping watch.
You know that kind of the classic trope of a 90s noughties US sitcom where the child sneaks up behind the grown-up and they're like, makes them jump. I want to try and sort of sidle up behind him and be like, he's a bit of a weird one, isn't he? Just to see how close I can get, but I'm looking to make contact with him.
A 13. Let me just double check this guy's passive perception. Passive perception 12. Jump scath certainly doth. You shall behind me was like, whoa! Strange indeed, yes.
Little feet, little noise and all that.
Indeed.
Yeah. I've only known him a few weeks. Just thought I'd pop by. Saw you walking the same route as we were. It's a nice view, ain't it?
It is.
Should be interesting later, watching someone walk across all that shit.
Yes, I can't say that I take any joy in it, but it seems to help.
Indeed. Listen, I worry about my newfound friend, the Dragonborn.
I think you have good reason.
Yeah, he's a bit... I don't know, he's got this obsession with milk. He's always farting in his sleep. I think those two might be connected, but he
could be lactose intolerant. That's... It's like whenever you can't process dairy products properly, it's quite common.
Fair enough. It might be that. But that wouldn't necessarily account for the dreams, though, would it?
Yeah. I also thought they were a bit strange.
Dreams. He's sometimes he's thrashing around in his sleep. He's waking up in, well, he didn't have cold sweats, but whatever his version of cold sweats are, for his scales, no offense. But I don't know. Do you think I need to keep an eye on him? Do I need to keep you updated while we're here in case he does anything worrying?
That would certainly not help. Not hinder. Apologies. It wouldn't hurt. If you want, but you can either make a persuasion check or
Oh, this is pure deception. I am trying to bullshit this guy. 14.
Okay.
Oh boy, let's have to get exiled from this town today. Goodbye.
Yes, he the things he spoke of were quite unique to that event. And I can't say that obviously rumors went around, but not enough to have a dream so intense as that, I suppose, while perhaps being, it was easy to blame Gorash as wrong and that he was some evil man who killed his wife with child-to-be and ran off into the night selfishly. Perhaps he tried to convince her to come with her, she refused, and he killed her in rage and then ran off to protect himself so she couldn't tell everyone he fled like a coward. Whatever the reason is that we tagged on to it, it was quite a tidy way to close things off.
It's a bit weird though, ain't it? How the door was broken in from the outside.
I always suspected foul play.
Really add up.
I always suspected foul play. Him talking about people breaking in and all this stuff and the attack. It kind of lends itself into a theory that I posed, but we couldn't find any real evidence beyond simply, one or two individuals and Max being in there. Garash was a fairly successful fisherman. He had a small fleet of ships. We interviewed all of his captains. They swore blind, and all their statements were collaborative. They had alibis. They would have been the only ones to gain anything from him losing a wife without any family to pass on his business to. Then the owners of the ships would simply return back to the captains who he had bought over once upon a time. Wouldn't want to upset the natural order of things. They were a first suspect of mine, however, nothing concrete, no evidence. And most difficultly, no witnesses. All this happened at night. No one heard screaming, no one heard noises. Supposed maybe a spellcaster at work, but not exactly the most common trait.
Also, not with that amount of knives and blood that were around. I've seen people killed by spells. It's woundless a lot of the time. Or,
Indeed.
Great big fireball.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
Indeed.
But, listen, I just, like I say, I saw you walking around. I thought, I know, I'll go catch him up. I had to go and do something over there. I need to nip into here to be with him. If there's anything that I feel is a bit off, I'll come and find you on a morning and maybe give you a little update, alright?
Indeed. I would advise you to be careful. It is, if my theory is correct, it is very likely that this individual, Bahagor, this Dragonborn, could have been that muscle that broke that very door down. Perhaps it was a group, maybe the hired thugs, and I don't know, I suppose even the most sick fucker in the world, if you kill a woman with a child, that might be enough to make you forget, or want to forget and do something stupid, or pay someone magic to forget. I don't know. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. All I know for a fact is that Garash was a human man, and he has not been seen since that night.
Well, don't you worry, alright? Because if he does end up turning into this, crazed muscle type person, I know exactly how to throw him off his game. And I'm going to get a bit of fleece out of my pocket and just give it a wiggle. And materialising into thin air is a jug, a glass jug of milk.
Cool. I don't know.
Still with a bit of cream on top. Of all I need to do is throw in one of these. He's fucking anyone's. It's like a cat that's got that bit. Anyway, I'll see you around, alright?
There's a little small nod. And then he, realizing he has been at least, realizing he's been rumbled, he doesn't linger around to keep watch anymore. He continues on his rounds and heads off in the opposite direction.
I will head inside, and as long as I'm comfortable that we're not being overheard, at least overtly, I will update Bahagor and the others with the little rendezvous that we had outside, including his theories about what could have happened, or basically a full. I will
let you all theory craft while I get a drink.
So am I getting this right? You went to the speaker, then went to the house that Bahagor is dreaming of, found out that the handwriting of the person that was the person suspected of murdering his wife and child has the same handwriting.
No, it is him. All right. So basically, our friend Bahagor used to be a human man called Gortash, but the town guard think that he might have been the muscle that killed Gortash. Killed Gortash's family or something. I'm not quite sure. All right.
So,
But basically, Bahagor's got a big fucking hole in his memory from before he met us, and
Wait. So he
So wait a
was
second,
the
so you-
human man, or he killed the human man?
It'd be way more fun if he was the human man.
Well-
Hey mate, when did you get your like super ice powers?
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
I
much.
feel like
Don't
we're
ask him
missing
any
the part where the
questions.
human man became a lizard.
Well, maybe they.
That's what
I don't think murdering people turns you
mean,
into a lizard.
I don't think.
They switched
I don't think I
minds.
have ever been a human. I mean,
You
is
don't
there
look
magic
like
that does
one.
this?
Well, hear me out.
Maybe that explains why I like milk so much.
But honestly, mate, that's the piece of the puzzle that sort of brought it all together. For me.
Scratch can turn
You
into
love that.
animals. Maybe you turned into a dragonborn like she turns into animals. Scratch,
I
teach him how to
think-
turn back.
If I have a theory, perhaps that if the dragonborn, the body was the body has a consciousness and a material form, and so perhaps if the material form, of white dragonborn was suspected by the guards of breaking into the house and being the muscle and the whole murderer. But the conscious part, being the human man, Gortash, perhaps at some point, because you said you woke up surrounded by bandits, am I right?
So my last memory is I got attacked by bandits. Got knocked in the head,
well,
and then I was wandering around the forest on the cold.
so would those bandits perhaps be those that broke into the house and killed the family, and basically somehow Gortash's mind got transferred into the body of the white dragonborn, suddenly waking up surrounded by strange armed men going berserk and killing them.
That's such.
What I'm saying is that the mind of the deceased merchant somehow made its way into the body of one of his murderers. It wouldn't be the strangest thing. I got possessed by a ghost. Like, that's
So-
very...
Do you think I'm being possessed?
Well,
This person,
that's the question.
or am
Like,
I this person?
who is the real you? Are you Gortash or are you the white dragonborn?
If you're
Oh,
cursed, I
you-
could cure it, but it's very expensive.
You made me question everything now. I don't remember. It could explain my loss of memory.
Don't
Perhaps
suppose
you are-
anyone has
explain-
100 golds worth of diamond dust on them.
It could explain the reason why I have this memory of me being banged in the head by the bandits, and not remember anything after or before.
Maybe. Well, or that's like my theory from what's been described.
But
because it's,
how would that happen though? How would
that? Well,
is there some kind of magic that does this? Transfer
I can't
soul
say.
or reincarnation or the body transfusion or was I dead? Was I resurrected?
So I see that
Something
this has
that does
answered a
come
lot
to
of
mind.
questions for you.
So what does come to mind? In my recent experience, is a ghost. Possessing somebody could be it, but usually ghosts are aware that they are a ghost. So
Maybe you
But
just
what
don't
if,
know that you're dead. Do ghosts sleep?
Maybe
I do not
so.
know.
Scratch.
I suppose we've never
um,
known you, so we wouldn't know if you were acting different.
Yeah,
Scratch.
so,
The Arcana check you made there was that. What was that for?
Oh yeah, I basically did the standard because out of character I wanted to see if Scratch would know the spell reincarnation. So I did the standard Arcana plus
Cool, that's
level spell, and she didn't know the reincarnation spell.
Would know that there are spells bringing back from the dead, like Revivify and stuff. Or being a level 3, I don't think that really trumps even the polymorph standards.
No, but she was just looking into because her fear was that somehow the consciousness of Gortash got transferred into one of the bodies of his killers. So like reincarnation, shit like that.
Sure, well, seeing as reincarnate a druid spell, you can make it. I would allow you to make that an advantage. That's specifically what you're looking at, because it would be like it'd be in your wheelhouse, you know.
Yeah, and that one.
Yeah.
No.
No ideas.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
So, Bodger, you said that the person, you said it's like a trail of someone being dragged or dragging themselves out into the snow.
Yep.
What if, it's just a speculation here, what if,
Good word.
since I have able to summon these ice weapons, and sometimes when I'm in frenzy, I turn into the shadowy figure. Perhaps when I walked into the snow, maybe the Frostmaiden has taken me in, and instead of killing me, maybe she could have given me another chance.
I thought the Frostmaiden was trying to kill everyone with the cold, not.
Exactly.
By the sounds of it, there's somebody going around killing people with ice weapons, so he might just be doing her bidding. Because if I get this rightly, Bahagar, what you're hypotheorizing is that you were given some of your powers by the person who's basically fucked up all of 10 towns.
Not a great
You're
look.
gonna be a wanted man even more than you wanted to be, mate.
Could Scratch do a check to see if there is any precedent for Auril sharing her power, having
Sure.
champions perhaps? The history?
I would say this might even be a religion check.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, is in
Use
fact
guidance
a
again.
demigod.
Bear in mind, Bahagor is a warlock, but he does not know his patron is
13.
because he lost his memory. He doesn't know.
I made a deal with someone.
There are people who are born on certain days of the year, Scratch, who are claimed to be touched by the Frostmaiden, which is kind of like seen as a boon. They're normally resilient to cold and maybe don't feel it as much, things of that nature. As for actual patronage or followers, Auril has a semi-following, in regards to the Frost Druids. They kind of follow her and agree with the fact that they want to stomp out this civilization up here, but that's more that they're once a line rather than anything else. But yeah, I mean, potentially. You've never heard anything of a Frostmaiden turning a human into a Dragonborn. If she was going to give someone a boon of cold resistance, she probably can just do it. If someone's born on the midwinter holiday, they might be touched by the Frostmaiden, and they might just have that built into them.
Touched by the Frostmaiden is such a terrible way of describing
That's
it.
what it's called.
I know, but it's okay, Auril, don't
Touched
cry
by
about it.
The Pope. I don't know what you must say.
Oh wow, it's even worse.
Can you hear me on this dole where the Frostmaiden touched you? Anyway.
Touched by a priest.
Well, it is said that when people are born on certain days, that they gain some affinity with the Frostmaiden. It's called being touched by her, and so there's that. And then there are the Frost Druids. We met one of, remember that white stag? Or not stag? Was it a stag?
The moose?
The moose, yes, the white moose created by one of the Frost Druids. Those also work with Auril, or they have similar goals, but I've never heard of anybody, and she has a following, a religious one, but I'm not sure, never heard of anybody, being directly blessed or her turning people into Dragonborn.
Are
So
all
regardless of what,
Dragonborn good
everything-
with the cold, or is it just you?
No, I mean, it depends which region you're from. I mean, some of us are resistant to ice, some of us are resistant to fire, some of us are resistant to thunder, some of us are resistant to, you know, other things.
Why are you resisting the thunder? Isn't that like sound?
Yeah.
Maybe they're deaf.
You know, it all depends what region you come from, I suppose. I mean, I haven't seen many Dragonborns, but
Drunk guy.
Well, either way, I would just suggest you keep a low profile.
so either a reincarnation of the person that died, or I am the killer that killed
Possessed by
everyone
the person.
and is possessed by that person.
Yeah.
Wow.
Potato,
So that
potato.
means that woman. I don't. Would the budge have said that the woman was pregnant? Because we didn't know that, did we? I mean,
You saw an empty crib.
it was so the
kind
baby.
of-
Yeah. So the baby cradle, but we
Unused
didn't.
crib.
Full
Yeah.
disclosure, Phil wrote this, not me.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm
Not that
just-
fucked up, Jesus.
But Herna added a
Bill
lot
wrote
of
this.
stuff in there as
This
well.
is-
Herna
I
added a lot
forgot.
of stuff. The things like I know, but the things that does my character know? There's a thing.
Yeah. Bodger would have not mentioned it, thinking it was
Like,
too
like, you-
obvious from what we saw that
Bob
was
just saw the
case.
empty crib and was like, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how. I wonder why.
Then so Balgo's gonna go. Okay, so if I was Goa Rush, then that means that was my wife that he killed.
Yes, but if you're the killer, it means that, that was
And
just a target. So
I
what
had
are
a
you?
child,
Or maybe you never had.
or maybe a child I've never had. I never thought of it that way.
Well, I meant as in or perhaps you never had a child or a wife because you are the killer. But yeah, we have. Yeah, that this will take a bit of a time to untangle in your head, but pretty sure about that one.
Yeah, well, maybe because I think that explains the gaps in my memory.
Do you think it's better to be the guy who got murdered and know that your wife and unborn child are dead, or be the guy who murdered them? Like, which feels better to you?
My God, I mean, I would never be able to kill a child or kill a woman bearing a child. So
Oh, killing children is easy. They're not very good at fighting.
Alice is such a cunt.
I mean,
I love
especially if they're unborn.
Yeah, I mean, no fighting that thing at
I
all.
would.
That's just
It's a very difficult decision, but I will not be able to live with myself if I knew I would have killed a woman bearing a child and a family.
Okay, people say that, like, oh, you wouldn't be able to live with myself. What are you going to do? Kill yourself? Fucking doubt it, mate.
What the fuck is this conversation?
I don't know.
Bahagor, killing a
Anyway,
child
I
really
think-
isn't that big of a deal. They weren't even alive that long. I mean, they weren't even alive at all. You just killed a woman who, had a jellyfish in her, basically.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm
Exactly.
going to take some
Don't
time
count.
to
You
digest
don't
this
even get any more
information.
points if they're... Anyway, yeah, sorry, what?
You get 50 points. Stop trying to get more.
Unborn,
it's not a double kill.
unborn baby, 0 XP. Child
believe
rating
that-
0.
I believe
So
that's what we refer to as a spawn kill.
Not even.
Every time I kill a female character, was she
Birds.
pregnant? Do I get extra 50 points?
Oh, God.
The wrong kind of day and
Okay.
day.
Well, I think I need a bit of time to
Yes, well,
digest
perhaps
this information because I think it's
if I
still
may
very
recommend,
confused.
usually
As long as, right, you digest it a bit better than that milk, I really don't care. Take your time.
As I
Right,
said,
it's been a
sipping milk
lot
like-
today.
Audra
I
doesn't
only
want to
had
know
3 of
what
those.
trauma farts smell like.
I only had 3
Here,
of those. Like,
here,
what
all you lot, they're getting ready up by the main square near the town, near the town hall. They're gonna draw the names. Let's hope it's not fucking us.
Alright, shit.
Alright,
Okay,
time to go.
here goes. Scratch, walk and talk. You're about to say something.
No, yes, I was just wanted to suggest to Bahago, usually when looking inward, that I like to go to tall places or tall buildings, high places up in the air. It's pretty nice. Helps out clearing the mind. Anyway, let's get going. I got a owl to turn into.
He's already said he might fucking kill himself if he's killed an unborn baby. Don't send him up somewhere fucking high. At least know where I'm around, alright?
Efficiency.
It is his decision to make.
Okay,
Next
let's
thing
go
for that
watch this drawing. Honestly, it's so
Let's go.
disappointing finding out what the sacrifice is actually about now. Like, I know I'm not supposed to enjoy this sort of thing anymore, but if they're gonna do it anyway, at least have a little bit of showmanship about it.
Okay, so you guys start heading off towards the town hall for the draw for the lottery to find out whatever per soul at midnight tonight is going to be stripped bare and cast out onto Mare Duldon. Until then, that is where we are going to stop for the night, and we will see you all next time. Bye, bye.
Bye-bye.